Can nuclear war really wipe out humanity? The debate about this question online is just like the argument between dog lovers and dog meat lovers. It's probably something that will never reach a consensus. But in my opinion, the idea that nuclear bombs could exterminate all of humanity is as absurd as eunuchs holding a meeting. There's only one reason. The Earth is so vast, and humans are spread out so widely, that even if the 5 most benevolent people in the world detonated all the nuclear bombs at once, the total explosive yield would only be about 20 billion tons of TNT, with an effective lethal area of around 3 million square kilometers. That's only 2% of the Earth's total land area. And when it comes down to it, most of the time nuclear bombs are just used as a means of intimidation, not as actual weapons to be deployed. So, when others suspect you of having weapons of mass destruction, the right move is to prove that you really do have them, not to prove that you don't. As everyone knows, a country that truly possesses weapons of mass destruction will never be accused of possessing them. Besides, even if things really got out of hand and all-out war broke out, the targets of nuclear bombs would be the major powers and their allies. In that case, the more underdeveloped the place is, the safer it becomes. I mean, who would drop a nuke on Gambia right at the start of a war? The cost of sending a nuke there wouldn't even be worth the fuel. As for the theory of nuclear winter caused by radiation, it's being deliberately exaggerated by people. So while nuclear war might set human civilization back to some extent, it wouldn't be enough to wipe out humanity. Even if the post-nuclear world is riddled with scars, there's no need to worry that the surviving humans would be unable to compete with wild animals. Once people let go of concerns about quality of life, the resilience of the human species is far greater than we imagine. After all, I've only ever heard of people starving to death in ancient times because they couldn't find food, but never because they couldn't defeat their food. Plus, the survivors would still have the benefit of modern knowledge. Those who study geology can explore, those with an agricultural background can grow crops, and civil engineering graduates can build houses. Even liberal arts majors who might not seem useful could serve as emergency food reserves. Everyone would have a role, and rebuilding civilization would be just a matter of time. Since nuclear war isn't enough to wipe out humanity, we must consider something even more powerful like a supervolcanic eruption. The Yellowstone volcano in the US is a level 8 supervolcano. If it erupted, the energy released would equal over 800 billion tons of TNT. That's roughly equivalent to more than 60 million Hiroshima Little Boy atomic bombs. So compared to a supervolcano, a nuclear bomb is like Sang Xiaobao competing in looks with Daniel Wu or Wu Delong comparing size with a Hulk. The Americans have done some estimates. If the Yellowstone volcano erupts, it would spew out thousands of cubic kilometers of volcanic ash, shooting up to 50 kilometers high, almost 6 Mount Everest stacked together. Within an 800-kilometer radius, nothing would survive. Half of the US population would vanish in an instant, and those who survived farther away would be left to eke out a living under bridges, crying in their makeshift shelters. The volcanic ash entering the atmosphere would block sunlight for years. The Earth's temperature would drop, crop yields would decrease, and the whole world would face famine. But for humanity, this kind of world-ending disaster is really just the Earth having an uncontrollable outburst. Still, even this wouldn't wipe out all of humanity unless, by some terrible luck, every volcano on the planet erupted at the same time. But there's no need to worry. The chances of that happening are extremely small. How small? Smaller than the odds of someone buying 50 zero lottery tickets with the same number, winning 220 million, and then being able to legally avoid taxes on it by exploiting loopholes. Since disasters on Earth are no longer enough to wipe out all of humanity, we have to look to outer space. The Chicxulub asteroid that struck Earth 65 million years ago released energy equivalent to 50 billion Hiroshima Little Boy bombs, directly causing the extinction of the dinosaurs. However, the odds of an asteroid hitting Earth are even lower. As everyone knows, Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, with a mass 318 times that of Earth, truly the giant of the solar system. Because of this, most asteroids passing through the solar system are drawn in by Jupiter's immense gravitational pull. When an asteroid originally heading toward Earth suddenly spots Jupiter, a planet much bigger and rounder than Earth right next to it, who could resist that? The so-called peace and quiet we enjoy is really thanks to Jupiter carrying the burden for Earth. Poor Jupiter! But, of course, there are always some particularly tricky little asteroids that manage to escape Jupiter's pull and head straight for Earth. If these asteroids really do come sneaking in to ambush Earth, what would this 4.5 billion-year-old planet do? Actually, there's no need to worry. For humanity, small asteroids aren't a problem. When they enter the atmosphere, they burn up from friction with the air. At most, only a few meteorite fragments will make it to the ground. As for larger asteroids, well, there's nothing you can do, just close your eyes and open them again, and your whole life will have passed. So, when it comes to asteroids hitting Earth, the small ones are no problem for us humans, but the big ones could knock us out. If an asteroid like the one that wiped out the dinosaurs were to hit again, and humanity had no way to stop it, then the best thing to do would be to find an air raid shelter or a basement. Seal yourself up in a titanium alloy box, and hide. That way, after a few million years, the new humans on Earth might dig you up as a fossil. But all the disasters I mentioned earlier are nothing compared to the next one. When a supernova explodes somewhere in the universe, it can trigger a gamma ray burst. The energy released in just a few seconds is equivalent to the total energy the sun emits over 10 billion years. If Earth were to get hit by one, that would really hurt. And gamma ray bursts travel at the speed of light, which means humanity has no way to get an early warning. By the time you see it, it's already hit you. Your brain wouldn't even have time to register it before you lost consciousness. Calling it the doomsday ray of the universe is no exaggeration. What's more, this phenomenon occurs regularly throughout the universe. According to the Great Filter theory, this might be one of the reasons that prevents civilizations in the universe from evolving to higher levels. However, the sad truth is that even if we manage to avoid all the disasters mentioned above, humanity still cannot escape the fate of extinction. The sun has about 5 billion years of life left. After that, it will evolve into a red giant, gradually expanding and engulfing all celestial bodies within Mars' orbit. If humanity never manages to achieve interstellar travel, extinction won't be a matter of probability, but of time. By my calculations, everyone here is destined to face this catastrophe in 5 billion years.